Mental health is a tough subject. For anyone to admit that they've been depressed or they've struggled or they've had severe anxiety or they've just had really, really tough days or they didn't want to get out of bed, it's not easy. It's not easy. My name's Ben Miller, and I co-founded WIRTH Hats to honor my friends and bring more awareness to mental health. I met Jakob when I traveled abroad to do my master's program. One day, we had a break from our class. He came up to me, he's like, man, I have this idea, and I haven't really told anyone before. And then he just blurted out, he's like, a hat company, man. I want to start a hat company. I didn't know Jakob was struggling, and I don't think anyone really knew. But I got that message that no one wants to receive. I hate to be the one that informs you of this, Ben, but Jakob Wirth is no longer with us. You start to question a lot of things, but the one thing I never questioned was his dream to have his hat company. WIRTH Hats was just meant to be a one-off. It was meant to be for Jakob to have his dream, for 25 hats to be created. I went back to Copenhagen for my second semester of school, and I traveled to Austria, to where his family was. I just wanted his closest 25. I wanted the hats to go to them. Each hat came with a tag around Jakob's dream and a reminder that, we're never as alone as we sometimes think we are, and that we all need to be willing to be a little more vulnerable and open with each other. For me, I had my hats. Later that year, I moved back to Vancouver. I, of course, think back to Jakob and WIRTH Hats from time to time, but slowly got more removed from WIRTH Hats and, went on to creating a career for myself. One of my best friends, Philip, he was in the program with Jakob and I, and, friends with Jakob, and one day, it was on a Tuesday, we'd always have our call. I got on the call, and I'm like, hey, man, how you doing? Yeah, I'm not doing that great, man. And I'm like, what do you mean, man? He's like, oh, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's all good. Never, ever, my wildest dreams, in any dream I could have imagined, that I would be receiving that same message again. You start to question a lot when someone who's so talented, just such a beautiful human being, that can happen to. And obviously, if that can happen to that person, it can, of course, happen to anyone.
Have a great day. Bye-bye, buddy.
I remember I went for a walk, and I just decided I'm going to put WIRTH Hats in the world again. I'm going to fulfill the promise to my friend of making the best hat company I ever can. And to my friend Philip, who's someone who desperately wished and wanted to communicate freely with the world, was unable to do it himself at times. Who here knows what WIRTH Hats is, first off? You? Everyone? With every hat sale, 100% goes to mental health initiatives. It goes to the work we do at WIRTH Hats and supporting counseling and therapy.
One of the things that we want to do with WIRTH Hats and the revenue that we generate is to provide counseling to people who could otherwise not afford it. So we are looking to partner up with some of the big online platforms for mental health and for therapy.
We have a goal of paying for 1,000 sessions of counseling and therapy. We can touch and reach people wherever they are in the world. We can help them get that help that they need, and we can help people who otherwise wouldn't be able to afford it. If WIRTH Hats is to be successful, it can't just be sad and hard stories. Sometimes it's going to be hard and things are going to be serious because that's life, that's, being human. And sometimes it's going to be fun, playful, exciting, joyful, smiles, all that, because that's human too.
I think WIRTH Hats is much more than hats. We are a hat company, but we are a hat company that cares about mental health. When we get that dialogue going, I think that a lot of stories won't end as sad as Jakob's.
Neither Jakob or Philip went and saw a counselor. Neither of them liked to talk about it. If I can change and help one person, then it'll be all worthwhile.